Yar! Avast, me hearties, all ye Sunshine fans and bingo enthusiasts, here on the seven seas of Isle Delfino. Welcome, one and all, to the Super Mario Sunshine 1v1 Lockout Bingo League. Arr! It be a match between Jukatox and Breadghost, the saltiest sailors of the bingo seas. I be Captain Lego, and I am joined here on the deck by Zel. I can't do it anymore. Hello, Larby.
What were you about to say? And also, can you next time just warn me beforehand before you you do this?
It be talk like a pirate day, so no.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, you didn't talk like a pirate before, before we went live.
The mood struck me.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. We have the saltiest sailors of the seven seas playing now.
Yeah,
and
Juka versus Breadghost.
Juka versus Breadghost. I don't really remember the player implications. I think it's for a bye in Division 3 playoffs.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's cool, right? You can have a break week.
Yeah.
Juka's
the higher seed here. Had her choice of format.
Yeah,
and is resetting.
Yeah, I think she just takes the head start for Breadghost. I don't really know what happened. Oh, she just started on a new file, or NG plus file.
A little rough, but
yeah, maybe they can start over. Breadghost is suggesting that. I don't know how good it is for the schedule, especially because it's an invasion match. Invasion matches take a bit longer than usual, like other matches. Yeah, so that's kind of crunch.
Let's take a look at this card then. Invasion, the format. Rico 3 hoverless. 15 Bianco blues.
Yeah,
kind of cracked. 15 Bianco blues, Bianco 4 hoverless.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Just right off the bat, column 1 looks cool, just because you have boss rematch in column 2, you have Rico 3 hoverless, you have 5 from 2, Bianco 4 hoverless. Did I say this already? Did I say Rico 3 hoverless?
No, you did not.
You have the hoverless bros in row 4, right next to each other. You just have a lot of good synergies in column 1 and column 2. And column 3 itself is not that bad with 4 bosses, 8 episodes. You will get one of them. So right off the bat, column 1 looks already very potent, while column 5 looks fine. 45 totals is pretty cool and dandy.
17 M's, yeah. Hiddens. You could potentially threaten 4 uniques, right?
Yeah, 4 uniques, 4 bosses. That's kind of cool to have. If you get 4 bosses and maybe
if you can get 4 uniques and 4 bosses while getting 17 M's and 45 totals, you're in a very good spot.
Yeah, it's unfortunately column 1, column 2 just seems so much easier to route as well than column 5.
Right, yeah, column 1 has that very clear Bianco Rico focus. You push through 5 from 2 in each of those. You get your 8 episodes along the way. You've gotten your 4 bosses. You've gotten your boss rematch. You're making good progress for 3 from 4. That's a fair amount of reds, so you're getting closer to 4 and 5 reds, and you've made progress. You could do Rico Shadow Mario at your leisure. What I think is the key, if you're going to start column 5, is you need to win 4 bosses somehow, and you need to win it with 4 uniques. Part of the reason being, you're going to lose 8 episodes with that strategy, most likely. You're just not going to have time to finish out 8 episodes, and maybe you're able to be cute and sneak some fast ones after Bianco 2, after Rico 1. But you're gonna get yourself set up for Serena Hidden Shine and 22 lives. 200 coins is in your base, which is a little rough, but 65 totals also a possibility. Hidden Shines a possibility. You'll have access broad base thanks to your hiddens, and you'll try to reach in with maybe a 3 from 4, maybe a Pinify from the back hoverless if you can get there in time. It's a tougher route, but it's going to hinge entirely on that 4 bosses click in column 3.
I would mostly agree, just about like you think about the routes like column 1, column 5 again is like very simple, and it's probably also the matchup I guess to look for, because like rows barely ever happen, and like in columns, and then we know even like who's taking what side. Like Breadghost column 1, and that's like the kind of issue I have with column 5 would be like column 4 and column 3 seem kind of delicate, where like column 1 could just probably just take them, and then suddenly like 4 reds is gone, maybe 4 hiddens is also gone, and then column 5 doesn't have as much to play with anymore, while column 1 can have like just a lot of access for column 2, and column 5 is a bit more scattered around with like it has bluebirds, I guess it has like blues,
Yeah.
red points, hiddens, 200s, and bosses. It's like you will probably lose some of these goals. So in that sense, I think column 1 is actually just much better than column 5. But
I agree. I think the win condition is definitely narrower out of column 5 than it is out of column 1. And I think this card will end up benefiting Jukatox. She's tends to excel at cards like this, where there's sort of a very clear telegraphed start that she can win out to in terms of speed. Breadghost is gonna have his work cut out for him if he wants to try to contest. It's gonna probably be a 15 Bianco Blues start from Juka. So it'll be interesting to see what Breadghost does in response.
yeah, we can also talk about Rose, because that's also a thing. Like 15 Bianco is a corner goal, and 17 M's is like could be an adequate response. And 17 M's 45 totals is already like a pretty decent synergy. Like with 4 bosses, you have like a decent row 4
Yeah, and
path.
you get a lot of that column 1 juice, right? 5 from 2, Rico 3 hoverless, Bianco 4 hoverless, 8 episodes with your 17 M's, with your 45 totals. Um, not the worst place to be in. You get the bosses too on that side. But then sort of row 3 becomes like red coins, 4 red coins, or
Yeah,
200s.
that's kind of the thing. Like row 3 is kind of really awkward for both of them, I think. It's not that awkward for row 1, if I had to guess. But maybe you can make Ricochet Mario play with boss rematch when you row 5. Actually, that sounds pretty good. So then it's not that much of an issue. I think row 1 has like long term a better prospects for row 3, and thus can probably snag like one or two row 4 goals. And then it's kind of a bit more even as a matchup, but I think row 1, like row 2 seems really awkward. Like maybe 15 Bianco boost into Bianco 5 is a possibility, because it also kind of sets up for 7 bluebirds. And then like row 3 becomes a bit tougher again, but then maybe you can do Wiggler as a unique boss. It's like row 1 has some possibilities, and like row 1, row 5 seems like a very interesting matchup. But I think neither of the players really want to opt for that kind of matchup, because it's just really weird to play out for both sides. Even like row 5, as mentioned, like as you mentioned, it has some of the column 1 juice that's like 5 and 2 and Rico
Yeah.
Bianco and stuff. But then just row
Yeah,
3 is
I'm gonna put forth that folks should focus on the 2 goals on the corner here. Not the 2 that we were talking about as starts, but the other 2, 4 unique bosses and 5 from 2. I think that those goals are going to be critical no matter which way we start. in this match, because if you look at how row 3 and column 3 shake out, those goals tend to are tending to be what you're going to need in order to be able to cross over, right? You can't win an invasion match without at least 3 clicks in the middle row or column. And if you look at what is in the middle row or column, it's Wiggler Shine, which is awkward. You have 8 NPC blues or Rico Shadow Mario. Not a ton of reason to go to Pianta. I would say it's highly likely we see that as Rico Shadow Mario on this card. You have Serena Hidden, which is a 4 uniques synergy, and 200 coin shines, which is sort of disparate. You're going to need one of those awkward goals in the middle, and each corner of those corner goals plays into one or both of those, one, both, or all 3 of those awkward goals in the middle.
Yeah, I would not be too opposed to this, except that like you don't need 3 goals in the middle to win. I think I do wonder like how many constellation of goals you can win with, but you can also just win with like a 5-2-2-2-2 setup.
Yeah, I'm being a little hyperbolic. You need multiple clicks in the middle in order to be able to win.
Yeah, yeah, like you need at least 2. Wait, do you need at least 2?
Oh, no, you can do 5-5-1-1-1.
Also, yeah, that's actually also a thing. I forgot about that one. But yeah, like
Okay,
you need...
in most situations during a match, you will need multiple clicks in the middle, usually around 3.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Like, yeah, there are ways to win with 2. There are technically ways to win with 1 goal
Right,
there,
but in those
so-
situations, you're essentially saying, I'm going to get everything in my base, which is
unrealistic.
usually not possible. Just how cards end up getting generated, your base can't be 100% synergistic.
I would disagree. Well, we have been talking. Juka is like in Rico.
Yep, Juka rushed Rico. Breadghost is getting the first boss underway. So is Juka just rushing Rico 3 hoverless here?
Yeah, and she should lose just by the nature of the goals. Unfortunately, she doesn't really like when she doesn't go for the ends. She doesn't have a good opportunity to get like a roll matchup. And that being said, if Breadghost just goes for 15 in Bianca boost, he kind of also needs to secure like
No,
comms.
this is an M's.
Did he go
This
for
looks like M's.
Bridge?
Did he get all 3 Delfino M's? I'm not all 3 Delfino M's. All 4 Bianco M's. I saw him moving in the Bianco into the village. This may be an M's rush.
With finishing with the shines, that's
finishing the shines may be too slow.
I would think so, but as mentioned, like Juka will then get column 1, and we'll get actually like a blessed columns matchup where like the left
columns are aligned.
Yeah, that's like literally like happening so little times. It's insane. Yeah, and then yeah, the Juka is getting the easy column, like easy to play column. And from what I probably assume is just better, just because it's also easier, and there would be ways where like like column 5 would do better, but it's really reliant on what your opponent is going for. It's kind of like 50-50s, and that's not that great.
Yeah, you don't want to be in that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The good thing for Breadghost this M's rush is that he's making progress for 2.5 and 17 M's.
Yep.
Even though 2.5 is a bit more long con sort of here, but still 17 M's progress is just convenient for him either way.
3 M's in Pianta and 4 in Bianco puts him at 7. 10 away. Could grab all 3 Delfino M's and be sitting pretty for 17 M's.
Mm.
If Juka has a tragic Rico 3 hoverless, no, Breadghost has to unlock. Breadghost has to unlock
Yeah.
Rico. That's not happening.
Yeah, Juka would need to like lose 2 minutes almost here.
Yeah.
And, like Juka
It would
sometimes.
have to be very. It would have to be very tragic.
Yeah, like Juka is known to sometimes just have like 1 or 2 shines that just go really badly. Like maybe some Serena secrets come to mind, or like Rico 4.
Juka tends to be very momentum based, as maybe more so than some other competitors. Where if the match is going her way, she tends to play a lot better. But if things start going off the rails, she can sort of fall apart, which is unfortunate. And so mistakes like that during Rico 3 hoverless need to not mentally impact her if she wants to have success.
Yeah, with just that being happen, she got sniped by the blue pill, and is dipping on hoverless, assuming a race. That's actually this is a 200 start. Oh no.
This is rough. Breadghost is going to be able to force 17 M's here.
Yeah.
If Breadghost goes for it right away, got all 3 M's in Plaza 13. Here's the 14th and 15th, right above the start.
Yeah.
Makes it easy. Hasn't collected any other blues. This will be 17 M's, which will give Breadghost the start in row 5.
Yeah. It's just really interesting to see. I feel like
not clicked yet, unless we're missing an M here.
Yeah. It's actually very interesting. Like
still not clicked.
I don't think he has it yet. Right?
Okay. Maybe did he not get all the M's and? Okay.
No.
He needed 3 more.
Yeah.
Sorry. He exited Pianta with 10, and 7 of those were M's. So he needs to get to 20. Yeah. There it is. Something like that. 17 M's clicked for Breadghost.
And we do have a Rose game after.
We have a Rose game.
Oh wait.
And Juka just exits area.
Wait, no, I'm okay. The pivot to hundreds, I can respect that. The exit area. At this point, just shot Rico free. Like what?
Yeah, it's a 3 from 4, right? It's your 3rd shine.
You can maybe make the argument that like Rico hidden would be also 3 from 4. But you still have
you still have 200s like, in the middle, right?
No, not just that. You also have Rico Shadow Mario in row 3 and boss rematch. And
yeah, could have finished out, like, even if you didn't want to finish out the hundreds, finish out Rico 3 at least. Right, you're up on episode. Well, actually, no. At this point, Breadghost is up on episodes.
Yeah, that's a. You know, I had like the Rico 3 hoverless start is maybe a bit risky with 15 in the Bianca boost without like getting any M's, but still you can make a 4 bosses thing. The pivot to hundreds is also pretty cool. But just exiting area, I'm like I'm very not a fan of this.
Yeah, that was definitely sort of a tilted exit area. I think it just sort of a little surprising to do, given, you know, like we've said, for all those reasons. But for now, Breadghost is making his way through Rico into Rico 2 here. Juka is getting her 2nd unique boss in Bianco. Probably eyeing 15 Bianco blues here, as well as getting a foothold with 3 from 4 and reds and whatnot. I think you do want to do your boss rematch in Bianco, maybe, for the 7th Bluebird.
I would think so, but like when you started Rico, you just have incentive to continue in Rico, I feel like.
I mean,
But
yeah, you could do it. You could do it either way for the click, but I think you still kind of want to do Bianco 5. Is the
yeah,
problem?
yeah,
Because like Pianta's not. I don't see a reason to do much in Pianta.
yeah, 8 NPCs, but that could also just be Rico
Yeah, it could
Shadow
just also
Mario.
be Rico.
Yeah,
Right.
so like that's it. I think
Yeah.
hmm, it's kind of difficult to guess now because like row 1, row 5 was pretty like it seemed very even to me as a matchup, but then like Juka had a like pivoted to hundreds and everything, and like even then after the 17 M's, it could have been still pretty even, but like Juka just like exited area, like wasted how much time? Like 2 minutes maybe
Yeah.
for
Got
like
some M's or got some blues and left.
yeah, that just puts her behind, and now this is making this even more difficult for Juka. Breadghost is just like doing more or less something standard, like Week of Rehavelis, and then it's kind of weird for him. Like he can't really go for reds without information, because he literally doesn't have any reds. He only has Delfino reds open. Like as spread goes, what do you do? Maybe you just continue, maybe get like Ricochet Mario. I think that's probably the best course of action because that would also give you a boss rematch. I just think that's kind of it. Uh, it also makes progress for 4 bosses in 5 and 2, and that's like the primary motive for like continuing in Rico. I would be kind of surprised to know what his game plan would be if he just like roamed around somewhere else. Maybe he's concerned about like a Bianco 4 Havalis, 45 total steal, because 4 reds kinda 15 and Bianco Blues boss rematch, 4 reds, Bianco Havalis is a possibility. So he just leaves, doesn't want to be too greedy because he doesn't know what we know.
Heading back to Bianco, it seems. Probably gonna push towards hoverless here. That is a red. And I think the struggle for Breadghost right now is what is he gonna do to shape a row 3 clip? We mentioned Rico Shadow Mario as a possibility. I feel like that's like a very big commit to run the risk of doing that. Like, sure you're gonna get a click there, but there's not much else in Rico that's gonna. There's a red on the way. There's another boss, right? I guess it's not the worst choice in the world, but I think Breadghost is also totally fine to just build up his base here, get some 3 from 4 and 5 from 2 progress, push towards Bianco 4 hoverless. That's a red as well. 2 from 5 prog as well, and just sort of play a little bit defensive here because again, like you mentioned, no visibility into what Juka's doing. She could be doing anything, and some of the stuff in Breadghost's space can be at risk.
Let's finish out the Shine Juka. You have you probably want to go back into Bianca anyway. Just finish the Shine Juka, please. You mentioned like Brett was playing defensively and everything, and that's like cool and all, but like how defensive can you really be? Your good goals in row 4 are like 8 episodes, Bianca for Harvest, Bianca for Harvest, and honestly, I feel like if you just expect Juka to do like to make progress, which is not the guarantee right now, but like if you just expect progress from Juka, you will probably lose like one of the row 4 goals anyway. And then it probably is like maybe you want 8 episodes rather than Bianco for Harvest. Meaning maybe you do boss rematch, maybe you do Rico 7, and then you do like Manta for 4 bosses, 8 episodes. You just have to like live with the possibility of losing goals in row 4 and row 5. You will not lose
Sure.
more than 2 in both rows.
Yeah.
For a
Yeah,
while.
that's not why I'm saying that Breadghost is playing defensive in the hopes that he'll be able to click everything in his base. I'm saying he's playing defensive because his choices right now, as far as what shines to do and when, is primarily focused on building up his base, but also providing a benefit later on in the card. And I think that the row 5 start sets you up a little better for that. Given the 5 from 2 in the base with the Rico 3 and Bianco 4 hoverless and the 45 totals, right? You're seeing Breadghost pick up some blues along the way, right? But all of that's building towards stuff like 4 and 5 reds and boss rematch and 65 totals, right? Stuff that's deeper into Juka's base. Whereas Juka's goals in her base are a little more scattershot, and you can't. It's a lot more difficult to do the same level of defensive preparation that still sets you up for aggression that that Breadghost is doing right now. I just think it's harder to piece together like Noki hundreds and 4 uniques with goals like boss rematch, with goals like 4 reds, Wiggler potentially. Like Wiggler's just slow, and like you could do Wiggler as part of your 4 uniques, but what else is there reason to go deep in Gelato? I guess 3 from 4, but that's sort of, now you're spending time doing slow shines when you could be doing faster shines that also set you up for other things.
Yeah, like the entire issue with row 1 was just like that it's kind of like weird to play around, but the advantage it was like row 3 being much more difficult for row 5, I think. And
I don't know if I buy that. I don't know if I ever buy that row 3 was more difficult for row 5.
Really? I guess like
I don't think so, because you're being pulled into Rico, right? And you're being pulled into Bianco, both of which are going to provide you with red coins access, right? So like 4 reds along the way with 5 from 2
it also has to assume that like I feel like a more standard or like one of the safer starts is like a Bianco start on this card, and then like row 1 would probably win 2 4-red coins if I had to guess. And then suddenly it becomes more difficult. Like I think row 1 had like an easier time to get like 4-red coins, and thus row 5 had more struggles to get past row 3.
Yeah, 4 reds is now like a linchpin goal on this card.
Yeah, like
Without you need to be able to click 4 reds. That is your highest priority right now. Breadghost is in Gelato getting M's. Juka, or getting blues rather. Juka is starting PD2 boss rematch, 3rd boss for her. She's at 1 red. Breadghost is also at 1 red.
Indeed. I think at this point that you can make arguments about the other goals, like Wiggler and Hidden Sooner have both like their places and everything. It's just like a bit more, as you mentioned, like scatterbrained. And
yeah, scattershot.
Scattershot. That's you probably have to be scatterbrained to play the card out rather. It's not as clear, I think, and forward coins is probably the most like best accessible goal in general. Like because it also makes 4 hidden progress, it makes 5 from 2 progress in one way or another, and there's still hidden in 5 red coins, so you kind of plan on red coins anyway. All makes sense. Juka is having very bad PD RNG and doesn't have any village blue coins to compensate. While Breadghost is just like having
Breadghost is just vibing, and
yeah, good old time.
Yeah, 10 blues away from 45. Has definitely been putting a focus on 45 and 65. Like I mentioned, I feel like Reds is the better call to make here. And Breadghost is going to click away Bianco for Hoverless, which is a stronger click than maybe he will give himself credit for here, because Juka did do Bianco for Hoverless and did spend a ton of time doing it. So that ends up not paying off in terms of time investment for Juka.
But at the same time, like, Juka also spent a bunch of time in Rico 3 Hoverless.
No, but critically, Juka never finished Rico 3 Hoverless, but did finish Bianco 4.
But as Breadghost, how are you supposed to know, right?
Exactly. No. That's why I said it's a better click than maybe Breadghost realizes right now. Because Breadghost could have clicked Rico 3 Hoverless, or could have clicked 8 episodes right away.
Yeah.
And in fact, that is Juka's 7th episode by my count. No, 6th, because 1 and 2 didn't do Rico 3. Breadghost otherwise has done all episodes up to this point, except for this shine.
He should
which
be
will put him also at that is 8. That is 7.
No, I think that's his 7th episode. No, he did Pianta 1. That's actually he has 8 episodes.
Yeah, he said 8. Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah, and you're correct. Then.
So he can go right into Pianta here, or Pinna rather. Get a 3rd boss, a unique boss for that matter. 10 fast blues, and you can click 45 totals, 8 episodes. And have a grand old time with that. Gonna get the bird along the way. Yeah. Meanwhile, Juka will get the bird in Bianca.
Yeah.
For 7 bluebirds.
And more importantly, 15 in Bianco finally finished.
Yep.
She finally found like her 15th coin that she was looking for in Bianco 3 back then.
And now Juka is making a beeline for what I would imagine be the hidden. Yeah, 2nd red. No, hundreds.
Yeah. Hidden
in 6, fastest level.
Just the Bianco 3 reds would make progress towards 3 goals.
I agree.
Cool. And that's just more universal, especially because all the goals are in her first 3 lines.
Yeah. Like I said, I think 4 red coins is going to be a critical click, and so I'm looking to see which competitor is going to go for the last 3 of their 4 reds.
Yeah.
First. I think that will decide who's got the upper hand entering the next portion of this match.
Yeah. Like I was trying to hype up Rico Shamari as much as possible, but that was with boss rematch still on the card, and like the boss rematch possibilities still on the board. And now it's like you have to do like 4, 5, 6, 7, like 4 shines. Well, for 4 red coins you need 4 shines, I guess. But both of them need 3 golds, like 3 shines that also would work towards 5 red coins. So.
Rico 6 is a red coin, by the way.
Yeah, but it's a bit too far away.
Yeah, it's too. I think it's too deep. It'd be cute as a 5th red. It'd be very cute as a 5th red.
Yeah.
But as a 4th red, I do not like it, and I think you agree.
Definitely not. It's the most important goal right now, and or forward is, and the fact that like Juka had the option to go for red coin, but instead went for 100. It might just be like, oh, Bianco for Hoverless, Breadghost will go for reds. I'll make the pivot to 100 coin shines.
Yeah, but that's a lot of time.
Yeah, but it's too bad that like Breadghost isn't going for red coins, and like, but it's also good for Breadghost that like he ignores reds and reds are getting ignored.
Yeah, he's not being punished for not going for reds right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I wanted to just call out that Breadghost double click there, 45 totals, 8 episodes. I was going to comment that the 8 episodes click is the stronger of the 2 clicks remaining. And so I'm glad that Breadghost chose to click it as opposed to Rico 3 hoverless. He still has that in his back pocket if it gets to that point. But for now, entering Mecha. Meanwhile, Juka, 92 coins out of 100. We'll get to 98 here. Needs two doorways.
Yeah, one thing that's like almost good is like if Breadghost had like, actually he would need like a row 3 and row 2 goal, but then like Manta being his 4th unique boss and 4th boss in general, it could have been like very elegant where like a pretty good sniper like steal from him, and he will also get to click free hoverless. And even if he's going for Manta right now, he would be able to get like all 3 row 4 goals that are like early and pretty strong. Cannon Moles is also nice of a goal, and 2 from 5 as well, but it's kind of a bit more late game, or a bit more mid game rather.
Juka wraps up the Bianco hundreds there. First hundreds notched in her cap. Meanwhile, Breadghost is re-entering there, making the play for that first Cannon Mole shine and the second from Pinna. Puts him at 2 from 4. 5.
Yeah, actually, he'll be
and with one away in Piant.
Yeah, we could see. We might see the 5-5-1-1-1 win from Breadghost if this comes back.
After all that hemming and hawing over you've gotta get multiple clicks in the middle of the board. If we get a 5-5-1-1-1, I am going to be cackling.
Yeah, I mean it's not that unrealistic. I think
it's right now it's not. From the way that this is shaping out, Breadghost finishing up Pinna 2 here. First Cannon Mole shine done.
Pinna 5 would also make progress for 5 from 2, you know?
Yeah.
He's like 1 shine away from 2 from 5. I guess he needs to Pinna 2 reds as well. But like 4 bosses, Rico free hoverless. He could actually just get 10 golds in his first 2 lines, which is... And then row 3 is actually just not that great, where like, if he gets 4 red coins, he's actually just like having incentive for 5 reds, and maybe he wins something like Noki hundreds at the end.
Breadghost is blowing through here to Pinna 3. Did not re-enter Pinna 2R.
Yeah, he doesn't really need it yet, right? Because of like Cannon Moles is that far away, and this is also red control. Maybe if he goes to Pachinko now, that could be interesting. Like right after Pinna 3. But we know that he has enough time for just like put 2 reds, and then I don't know, he could pick.
Man, Breadghost is moving. Look at this man.
And definitely practice more than once today.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Juka will finish out Gelato hidden here. This will be the second red from Bread, up in the race 2-1.
Isn't it the 3rd red? Didn't he do Gelato 1 reds?
Oh yeah, he did do Gelato 1 reds. He did Gelato 1 reds. He did Bianco 4. Yeah, this is the 3rd red.
Yeah. So he just needs 1 more, and it actually
1 more red for 4 reds.
The good thing is that 5 reds is not as important for Jukatox than 4 reds is, because she already has like 7 Bluebirds proc. She has like the worst one already taken. 65 tolls is not that much of a possibility for her quite yet. She could make the play for this, and 22 lives is like the hundreds are progress for this, so that's pretty convenient, I guess. But unfortunately, it's a bit too slow, and like we know already that Jukatox might have to do Noki hundreds for like a 3rd 100 coin shine to win, because right now Breadghost's position is just that much better with 4 red coins being clicked soon.
Yep, 4th red underway. Like we said, critical goal. And now I wonder if we'll see that cheeky little Rico Shadow Mario into 5 reds play that we were discussing.
That's a possibility, but that's not a 5-5-1-1-1 win.
That isn't, but I'm just bringing it up as a possible synergy here.
Yeah, the kind of issue, like this would be very scary right now for Breadghost of like losing Rico Friavolis, like really scary, like relatively. If Juka actually finished off Rico Friavolis, but the fact that she didn't, like Breadghost still has enough time for Manta, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but there's still the possibility for like a Manta and kicking Rico Friavolis. It would require Juka to not have...
He's doing it! Here comes the Manta. Oh, goodness. This is gonna be a little rough here.
Juka can also just mess up Rico Friavolis. I think she should be advantaged for that goal, assuming she rushes it immediately.
I just don't know if that's in her mental calculus right now. I think it has to. It should be. Would be a strong play, but maybe she's eyeing 2 from 5 instead. She's also made sort of scattered, but she hasn't really finished out 2 from like a gelato. This will be her first from Pianta. We'll click away 200 coin shines.
Yeah, and Breadghost might be a bit confused. He might be thinking that reds are actually kind of safe now. Like seeing that no hidden, like barely hit any hidden progress being made. It's not Nogi 100's time yet. 3 from 4 might be a bit weird, but like he just seeing that 4 reds wasn't clicked. You can just assume that 5 reds is like not that terrible, like terribly contested right now. Juka is making the play to go into Pinner instead. That is, I think, primarily for 4 unique bosses. But she doesn't have Manta. She doesn't have anything. She doesn't have Rico Friavolis, which then you can, like, if she had that goal, maybe you can argue like 4 bosses steal, like, as a possibility. We know it's too late, but the idea would still be there.
Yeah, this would be 4 bosses with Mecha. Could be just also to clear the event, but nope, heading on into the park.
Yeah, Breadghost in a very good position, already has like the advantage in Serena. Even though it's not that great, he technically has an advantage for like Rico Shadow Mario as well, or 8 NPCs. He has, I think, the advantage to Wiggler as well, so like he's technically ahead to every row 3 goal, he's ahead to every row 4 goal, he's not ahead to 5 from 2 quite yet. Also, Breadghost is opting to delay 4 bosses in Rico Friavolis, which...
Bit of a bold call.
Yeah, I do not know how to feel about this.
Probably hunting for 5 reds. Is heading to Bianca to do that. This is also 5 from 2 progress. Inching closer here. This will be the 4th shine in Bianco.
Yeah, but he finally remembered question mark to tick that off. He's now stealing away 4 unique bosses, which is definitely something Juka probably wanted. So this is a little bit of a tough situation for Jukatox. And because Breadghost just wins 5 reds, 4 uniques, and at that point it's really difficult to stop 2 from 5 in cannon molds. Breadghost can just do pin of 4, and Bianca 1, pin of 4, and then Pianta 2, that's 2 from 5, and then pin of 5 and cannon molds, and then we have the 5, 5, 1, 1, 1. And that's really difficult for Jukatox to stop. She has 2 in Bianco, 2 in Rico. And I think that's it, actually. But she has 1 in Gelato, Pianta, and Pinna, and none of them are terribly bad.
There's 5 reds, 4 uniques. Double click.
Yeah, and Juka is maybe a bit sad. I think she was sad before, but maybe a bit more sad, rather. And Breadghost is going for the 5 for 2, so maybe we'll actually just see 5, 5, 1, 5, 5, 1, 1, 1. And I'm all here for it.
You're forgetting that there's a linchpin goal here to make the 5 from 5, 5, 1, 1, 1 actually happen, and that is pin a 5 from the back hoverless.
Breadghost needs 2 more shines for that one.
That's true. But Juka could... Yeah, Juka can't really contest that.
Juka can still win 2 from 5.
That is true. If she goes for it right now, then yes. But that bonk...
She can still win it, because Breadghost needs to do Pinna 4 and Pianta 2. So she still has a shot for 2 from 5. Now it's a bit more difficult. I think she should still be... No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think now Breadghost is ahead too. Oh, okay, Juka.
Juka's, yeah, this is what I mentioned sort of just prior to Rico 3, was when things go well, Juka plays very well, but when things go wrong, she can, the gameplay errors can start stacking up, which is a little rough.
Yeah, Breadghost securing 5 from 2. I hope he secures 2 from 5 and then goes for Pinna 5.
From the back hoverless, yeah.
Yeah, he needs 4 more shines to win out the game. Assuming he secures 2 from 5 and doesn't get stolen from Jukatox.
She's got her eyes on it looks like.
Yeah.
Moving.
So this is maybe the only way for Juka to come back, even if it's mentally, to win 2 from 5.
2 from 5, and then from there, it's still a tough road, but you at least have a foothold.
Yeah. First 2 from 5, and then you think about what's next. But as mentioned, Breadghost just has to do Pianta 1 after this, while Juka still needs to do Gelato 1, unless I missed...
Now, Pianta 2, Breadghost would have to do.
Oh yeah, same thing. Actually probably be faster than Pianta 1 for him. Did Juka do Gelato 1?
Juka did Hidden, not 1, I believe.
So Breadghost. You'll see. Not a save warp.
Not a save warp. Probably staying in for Pinify from the back, if I had to guess,
based
on
right
that.
There. It's just right there.
Yeah, it's just right there.
Although?
Yeah, standing.
No, not the oh no. I'm crying. It's just a safer play, but You could have had the 5-5 1-1-1.
Yep. Juka 2 from 4 with 1 in gelato. Making the turn, heading on over.
Yeah. Maybe Juka dies in Gelato 1. I would not hope for this, except that like now it's I want the cool minimal row 3 clicks win from Breadghost. Maybe Juko or delays, that's a possibility, right? Probably not.
I think at this point, Juka probably is too skittish to delay here.
I think she's now checking the hidden because she got the hidden and it's
not showing up.
It's not showing up. That's
oh no.
That's a thing. But maybe she just remembers.
She needs to remember she needs to not gaslight herself and know that she got that shine.
Yeah. No, that's kind of like interesting if this happens. Like,
if she doesn't click it right away, I don't think it's because of a delay. I think she may not realize that she has that shine already, and she falls off. This is rough. This could be tragic.
She should still have enough time.
Yeah. Breadghost still has to do movement and load out into Plaza, so.
Yeah.
Here comes the 2 from 5. Oh, this is heart pounding right now.
Yeah. Should we make it eventually? And it's clicking 2 from 5, so.
There it is.
Yeah. So
the 5-5-1-1-1 enthusiasts in shambles. You will need multiple clicks in row 3 to win this match. I'm disappointed too. I thought it definitely was a potential path, but I think Breadghost just saw the delight of not having to move back to Pinna and do Pinna 5.
Once Breadghost gets cannon mode, so he has like 3 things to pick from, and he's ahead to all but Wiggler Shine. Where he's
even to Wiggler Shine.
Yeah. So pick your poison for Breadghost after this.
I say you do Serena Hidden. I think that you were able to click 4 uniques. It wasn't a priority. You can kind of read that involved no Serena. You have Yoshi now, so you don't even have to whenever for it.
Yeah, that's a good call.
The alternative is like, I guess you could just rush Rico Shadow Mario, but that's, I think, riskier based on what you've seen.
Yeah. We're just kind of waiting out.
Yeah.
Breadghost, Snooki 1, and everything else.
Yeah. This was just a rough match for Juka from the get-go. The gameplay errors during Rico 3 hoverless that spooked her into switching to hundreds, and then the exit area, it was.
Yeah, and also like the 4 red coins that were not being prioritized. Like she was still in the game until like
4 reds proved to be pivotal.
Yeah, and yeah, rough match. Like I looked at this day of bingo. I saw like a bunch of matchups that are like Division 3, Division 4 relevant. I guess one of them is Division 2 relevant because it's the last remaining spot for Division 2. So that's actually pretty exciting. And like all the matchups seem pretty cool. And I called it like, yeah, the matches will be bangers, maybe for the right reasons, but maybe for the wrong reasons. And maybe at the beginning, the one could be like a bit entertained by just like, oh, Juke is like pivoting to hundreds. That's actually pretty like a good idea. Unfortunately, it doesn't work, and then it's became a bit sad. Just like how it played out. Uh, we don't like these kind of sadder games that are happening.
That's rough. You want people to play well. You want people to show their best gameplay and their best decision making. And I think Juku
Yeah.
would be the first to say that she did not put that on display today.
Oh, I would be the second to say it though. But like we can maybe think of like what's next in the day, and we have like game stable versus Derp Space in like 2 hours, and
That's going to be an interesting match. We were
I
sort of
agree.
um talking about sort of game stabled as he relates to like Mason, sort of similarly like performing below expectations for their skill level um in this season. And part of that I think is due to time, able to practice, able to spend time and stuff like that. Meanwhile, Derp has sort of is one of the more variable players in a similar camp to Juka, in that there's days where they look very 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 strong, and there are days where they look very 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 weak, and it's going to be a bit of a coin flip to see who shows up today for Derp.
Mm. And yeah, game stable versus Derp Space. I think it's also going to be a very interesting match as well. And the matchup that's becoming a classic from the from the controversy in the regular season, Libre versus Mr. Yado, for the last Division 2 spot is actually probably the most exciting thing for me personally. Unfortunately, it's at such a late time that it's like 3:30 a.m. for us Europeans, like plus or minus 1 hour technically, because we have to consider all time zones in Europe.
Well, there will be more bingo today, so be sure to come back later once we have those matches. Juka will finish out 4 hiddens here and 3 from 4. Get a few more clicks on the board. But Breadghost is 1 shine away from victory, 1 shine away from those Division 3 playoff buys, and further cementing Breadghost. Breadghost had a bit of a good season for his first season in the league, wouldn't you say? Started off with some wins, was a little shaky in the mid-seasons, people got better, but you can see the improvement in his gameplay, in his routing. The greed was on display, and the greed was good enough for a win. Breadghost takes the victory, moves up, and gets the bye into playoffs 13-7. GG.
GG's.
We'll see if they're interested in in an interview. Not 100% if Juka would want to join. It's entirely understandable.
Yeah, just from it's just like unfortunate. You kind of expected like a Rico free Havlicek race. You mess up a little bit, and then you pivot to something else, and it sucks. Sucks.
Hello, gamers. GG to you both.
This is GG for me, honestly, though. GG to Breadghost, because he actually knows how to play the fucking game.
Yeah, it was a
sorry about
little
the
rough
poor
from the get go.
Yeah, I started on the New Game Plus file, and then I rushed Rico, tried to do Rico 3 Hoverless, got absolutely screwed over, and then thought I would lose it, because I thought it was going to become a columns game. And so I started going for Rico 300s, but then I made it a Rose game. I was like, I'm going to Bianco now.
Yeah.
And then I did a deep Bianco play to get me boss rematch, 7 birds, and 100s as well.
That's not bad. Yeah. Sorry about the 4 reds click. I felt like that was like the best click in row three, and like
Yeah, just like after I just lost everything, I was just like, yeah, there's like no way I can even stand a chance at this anymore. So just a sad match, I guess.
dang,
Yeah.
And
Uh,
then, oh yeah, I got 614th PD pattern.
damn, that
Worst
is
PD pattern I've ever
yeah.
gotten.
yeah,
It's
that was actually a very unfortunate situation where you like went for 15 Bianca early, and then you like later decided to do a boss rematch, so you exhausted like all the blue coins in PD, and then you get bad RNG. Like
yeah, that's
that's just
rough.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like okay, so if I had known he was going for 17 M's, I could have actually maybe finished out Riku 3 Harbolus and made it as a calm game. But even at that, like I probably would have gotten screwed over again, or my Rust would continue to make me play terribly because
So
I haven't
did
played
you
SMS in like a week.
so did you have Rico 3 Harbolist or did you exit out of it?
I went for it and then I like fell twice and then I went for Rico 300s and then stopped
Okay.
that as well.
Thing. Yeah, I thought Rico 3 Harbolist might be in a little bit of danger after the boss rematch click. But then I made the
Mm,
call that it was Bianco. It was like anti
yeah,
Bianco lose.
so I could have maybe backed this up better, but then I just continued to play terribly and then lost everything.
Mm,
So you definitely deserve this win
mm.
by a long shot.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like my routing was fine. My gameplay was a little shoddy, but I did get the pin of three strats I practiced, so that was cool.
Nice. Yeah. I'm also just like I can't really blame it's just my fault. I mean, for how bad I played. I haven't played the game in so long and then I still decided to sign up for a match this week and I had a really taxing day yesterday, needless to say. So,
Do comms have any questions?
Not really. I think you hit both of you hit the nail on the head. It just was we were in fact talking about about you, Juka, which unfortunately we may have cursed you. Um, Talking about how sort of when you're hot, you're doing well. You play well. When you make a mistake or two, it gets in your head, and you sort of can struggle a bit. And I think we
yeah,
sort of
it
saw
tends
that
to
today.
snowball.
Yeah,
It
it's
really tends to snowball
uh,
sometimes.
and the fact that like your mess up was just like you not being able to spray off the blooper and getting sniped. Like that's stupid. Like that's just like I would feel it would be unfair, and that was like already the early downfall. And uh, I guess I have like one question for Juka because like I just want to confirm like Black and I still thought you were in the game still, and because Breadghost wouldn't like prioritize forward coin shines, and like you wouldn't either, and I would be more like I want to know for Breadghost why he like opted out of forward coins, and I think Juka I can imagine why that you feel like you're behind already to that goal and you do something else, but like is that the reason why you didn't go for forward coins in row
I
3?
just I don't know, I guess I didn't see the importance of it that much. Because I don't know. I was not thinking well this match at all.
Yeah, I was kind of scared of a four red snipe. I I think I was prioritizing 2 from 5 a little too much. Maybe I was thinking about gelato and
I think we would argue
yeah.
you weren't prioritizing 2 from 5 nearly enough. You went back into pin of 5 instead of securing 2 from 5.
Mm,
And you definitely had a window where you would have been able to lock that in. There were elements of the chat that were hoping for a 5-5-1-1-1 victory. After I had said
that
during
I
the
didn't
intro
get
that
it.
you need multiple clicks in the middle row. That did not come to pass. But I
Mm,
think for Reds was definitely the linchpin goal that was being
mhm.
set up for, and there were windows
Yeah,
where either of you could have gotten it, and it
yeah,
just didn't materialize until Breadghost made the commit a little later.
yeah. I was going to actually save warp out of Pinna 1, and then I realized that 4 reds is probably more important than bosses, and yeah, so I just prioritized 4 reds at that point. I could see how it would have been sniped early, considering I knew Juko had Bianco progress. That meant red coins, and got a little scared when I was in Pinna 3. I was like, she could take this from me, like, and I would have such a hard time getting through row 3. This row 3 is awful. Row 3 is so bad, so garbage. Outside of that one goal, so I was scared.
Yeah. I personally don't have too many questions left. Maybe maybe like wanting to know, like, Brett goes, you're getting your, like, this is your first season, you
Mhm.
gotta buy into free. Uh do you feel like you're going on a good trajectory with you
Mm,
with
I
your
mean, I don't
bingo?
know who I would potentially be playing, but I don't know. I feel like I've been kinda neutral this season. I've kind of, like, played good sometimes and really bad other times. I'm like a wild card, I feel. Like, sometimes I make really good calls and I have good routing, and other times I'm just like, I make one mistake and everything falls apart, or my gameplay holds me back. So, I mean, but I'd like to keep going, get better if I can,
Hmm.
but I don't think that's gonna happen unless I get better at the game as a whole. So,
Okay. Okay. Uh yeah, I personally don't have any more questions. Maybe Lego has, or maybe you two want to uh say say something else that you haven't been able to say yet.
Yeah. Any final words?
Uh, I don't know.
have anything.
Well, that will be it for us for now. But there is more bingo coming this afternoon, starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Game Stabled versus Derpspace, and then to close out the day at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, Libre versus Mr. Yato. More bingo action on this Sunday prior to playoffs. We'll be raiding over to Google Cheese in the interim, but I hope to see you right back here on Sunshine Community for more Super Mario Sunshine 1v1 Lockout Bingo League action later today. Until then, stay well, and we'll see you at 6:30.